Now, many of you might not know me, all right, until your upline probably told you that there is a training that is happening and you need to come, and you were invited to this training. And when you were invited to the training, maybe you asked, who are the people who are talking? And then your upline probably told you that, there is Swarna, there is Narjis, and there is this guy called Arun. And you might have asked, who is this guy Arun? Maybe I don't know, but that's fine. Some of you might not know me. Some of you maybe know me a little bit. Maybe you have watched some of my videos either on VTube or YouTube, or maybe some of us are connected on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, okay, on social media. And some of you actually might know me even more than that. Maybe you have heard me at WeCons or, ISBs or other such trainings. Now, it doesn't matter. Okay, one thing I know for sure is after today, you will definitely know me. All right. So, and the reason I tell that is not so much because I am the nicest person or because I will make you feel good. No, I will make you feel the exact opposite of what you might want to feel. All right. Some of you might actually even hate me after you listen to me today, because, I don't think my job is to make you like me. All right. I don't think that I'm running a popularity contest. So my job is not to make you feel good or make you like me. I just have one job and only one job, and that is to get you results. And that is one job I take very seriously. So I have this very clear goal for next 30 minutes, your success. So let's go if you're ready. The first thing I want to teach you, which probably you've heard from so many people already, is focus. See, without focus, there is absolutely nothing you can achieve in any area in life. If you want to achieve any big success in any area, focus is the most important skill. And yes, it is a skill. It is not something you're born with. All right. It is something that you learn and practice. It is a habit that you develop. And, as people, we are extremely powerful. Our potential is huge. Every single individual, you, me, the people around you. If you don't believe me, just look around. Look around and see the things that we have around us. Even just look at this, the phone or the computer that you are watching me on. Just a few years ago, this was even beyond a dream. I mean, forget about not practical. People could not even dream about it. And yet today we are using it every day without thinking. And this did not just drop down from heaven. People made it. We are tremendous. We have tremendous potential. Now, there is only one way to harness this potential, and that is with focus. Now, you can achieve anything that you want. You want to be a millionaire, you want to build a global business, you want to have the luxuries in your life, anything. If somebody else can do it, you can do it also. The reason why we are not able to do, a lot of us, there are There are quite a few reasons, but the biggest reason is that we don't focus. See, when I was young in school, we were made to do this experiment. Maybe you remember. Some of you probably would have done it also. A science experiment where you take a piece of glass which acts as a lens out to the sun and hold a piece of paper below that lens. And what happens to that piece of paper in a few seconds? It starts burning, right? Why does it burn? Because of sunlight. Now you can actually take that lens away and hold the paper out in the sun. Even after 1,000 years, it will not burn. But with that lens, in just a few seconds, the paper will burn. And that is the power of focus. Our mind, our potential, our capacity, whatever it is that we already have it. We just need to focus it into this one goal, this one direction that you have. That is to achieve your dream, to become successful in this opportunity, in this business that we are doing. When you focus it and you keep your focus on it, magic will happen. All right, I know that for sure. All the people who have achieved anything in this business, myself, Swarna, Narjis, everybody else, we are just ordinary people. All right, 20 years ago, just like you, even now, just like you, we're all ordinary people. The difference is some of us have achieved extraordinary results. We are still ordinary people, but the results that we have achieved might be extraordinary. And that is because we have managed to hold our focus long enough on that one point that will help us succeed. If you hold the lens out for 1 second, pull it back. After 1 month, hold it out again for 2 seconds, pull it back. You can be doing that for thousands of years. The paper will not burn. But you hold it out long enough, it will burn. And any goal that you have, you want to achieve, it is possible, especially if somebody else has already achieved it. There is no reason that you cannot, as long as you hold your focus, your attention on it long enough. Now, that is the first change I want you to have in your mind, which will set you in this path of unbelievable success in the next few months and next few years. See, guys, the success that we can achieve in this business is unbelievable. You know, people can spend 20, 30, 40 years working either in their job or even in traditional businesses, putting in real hard work and still not come anywhere close to having this kind of success. And that is the vehicle you have, each one of us have. So you're already in it. You already decided to do it. Focus on it long enough for you to achieve it. Now, I don't know how long is that long enough, but I'm not asking you to focus it for next 20 years or 30 years. Can you do it for 2 months? Can you do it for 1 month? A journey of 1,000 miles start with the first step. Yes, with 1 month, you might not achieve any extraordinary, mind-blowing results. That's fine. But you can achieve a lot even in 1 month. And that is the beauty of our business. See, one of the reasons I love our business so much is if you really work hard and do the right things, it will not take long for you to see results. It is not like any of the other things. If you do what you hear in today's program and you wholeheartedly apply it for next 2 weeks, I guarantee you, you will see results. And that is the beauty of our business. We don't need 1 year of doing things without result. If that is happening, something is wrong. You are not doing the right things. There is no way you can work hard in our business for months and see no results. That cannot happen. So if you are not seeing results for a long time, and if you believe that you're working hard, I mean, if you're not working hard, that's a different story. But if you believe that you're working hard and you still don't see results, then either one of two things is happening. One, you're just bullshitting, you're not working hard. All right, that's one. Most probably that is the case. The second thing is you're not doing the right things, the right activities. Results depend on the activities. So for the results that you want to get, there are the right activities that you need to do. All right, you need to earn checks, you need to sign up people, you got to talk to people. You can spend 24 hours a day watching videos and going through videos and reading things. Good, but it will not get you the results of earning checks. So the results that you want require a specific kind of activities. And unless you do those activities, you won't get the results. So if you're not getting results, and if you think you're working hard, it is one of these two reasons. Okay. First thing is either you're just bullshitting yourself, you're not working hard, you're not really doing putting in the time. And the second thing is if you're putting in the time, you are not doing the activities that can actually give you the results. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to teach you today is this amazing thing called sense of urgency. See, when you combine sense of urgency with focus, it is unbelievable what can happen to us. It's just unbelievable. I have seen it happen in my life, in other people's life. I have seen how people you just listen to, like Swarna, Narjis, your uplines like Siamak, Balaji, Kalai. I've seen how these people, when they apply sense of urgency into what they are doing, what happens to their life. It's just unbelievable. And unfortunately, many of us walk around thinking we got another 200 years to live. We don't. I mean, even if you have 200 years to live, I mean, this is how I think, right? Even if you have 200 years to live, which we all know we don't, even if you have it, how many of those 200 years do you want to live broke and poor? If you were to ask me that question, I will say zero. Even if I have 200 years to live, I don't want even 1 year in that 200 years to be where I'm broke and poor. So first of all, we don't have 200 years. You might have how many? I don't know. I mean, even if you're young, there's no guarantee for living up to whenever you think you might live up to, the life expectancy and all that stuff. Our founder, Dato Sri Vijay, has a very favorite, phrase that he uses. And he says that if you think you got years to live, just go to the emergency room in the nearby hospital that you have, or go to the mortuary, the morgue, and it will not take long before somebody pushes in a trolley with a person on it who is your age. It won't be long. And that's one thing he told all of us many years back, and that really stuck with me. And I see that happening every day around us. Just because we are young doesn't mean that we got another 50 years to live. But the responsibilities that we have today, you think that will go away just because we cease to live? No. I have my responsibility towards my children, my wife, my siblings, my parents. I have that responsibility. And just because I cease to exist, those responsibilities don't go away. So, if you believe that you are responsible for the loved ones around you, then you don't even have one day. You cannot even take one day for granted. And if you even fail to see all that, let us just assume you got another 50 years to live. Let us assume. Let us say you got a direct phone call from God himself and said, you have 50 years to live, nothing to worry. How many of those 50 years do you want to live broke and poor? Do you actually have 50 years? How many of that are you going to, 1/3 of that you're going to sleep? 50 years, if you sleep for 8 hours a day, 1/3 of those 50 years, that is 15 years, you just have 35 years. When you're awake, you don't have 50 years. And out of that 35 years, how many of that is going to go waste, eating and probably, showering and going to the toilet. I don't know, whatever useless, routine things we all need to do. But, that takes away a few more years. We might have if you think you're going to live another 50 years, you might really have 20 years of real time that you can enjoy. We don't have much time, people. So, sense of urgency is something that happens to you when you know that you don't have much time. Something from not being urgent now becomes urgent. And when you look at your life like that, when you see that, oh my God, I don't have that many years actually, I only have so much. And when you look at your responsibilities of what you need to do, and your goals and your dreams and your ambition that you have, that you want to achieve in these so many, whatever number of years you left with, and you realize that it is so small amount of time that I have at my disposal that I can use to work and achieve my goal, you will have sense of urgency. See, it is not about the 50 years. It is about the time that you actually have where you can work to make your dreams come true. So when people think I got 50 years, they actually think they got 50 years to work on their dreams. No, you don't. You actually have maybe 25, 30% of that time that is available to you to work on your goals and dreams. So every waking moment, every second that is available to us, we got to take it seriously. We cannot waste it. And once you understand this, you will have you will become a different person. You will be so focused because you realize that you don't have much time. And when you combine the focus along with sense of urgency, for a lot of other people who are just observing you, they will think that you've just become magical. All right. And yes, you have become magical, but the reason you've become magical is because you are now focused only on what your responsibilities are and what your goals are. And you realize that every waking second, every second that I have available I need to use towards that. Okay. And when you have that kind of sense of urgency, it creates momentum. It builds, results start building upon each other, and momentum gives you force. And with that force, you will be able to break through any challenges, any difficulties you will have. And when there is no sense of urgency, you have time to, slow down, sit, relax, and then think of the rejections, think of the challenges. Rejection is a luxury. Feeling demotivated because of rejection is a luxury that you can afford when you have too much time. When you don't have too much time, you don't have time to sit down and think, oh my God, this guy rejected me. Now he rejected me. So I should feel demotivated, because that's a natural thing I should do because somebody rejected me, right? So now it is my birthright to feel demotivated for next 5 days. So I'm going to sit at home, feel sorry for myself. I have to, fulfill this ritual of being demotivated. It's a luxury that you can afford when you have too much time. When you don't have time, you cannot afford sitting down even for a second thinking about rejection or challenges or problems or demotivation. There's no time. The only thing that you will have time to focus on is solutions, not problems. Everybody have problems. The people who overcome their challenges and problems are people who focus on solutions. Unfortunately, a lot of us, whenever we have challenges, whenever we have problems, we spend way too much time looking at the problems. And the more we look at the problem, the more energy and power we give to those problems. And the more powerful the problem becomes, the more powerless you become. So, do we have problems and challenges? 100%. Will you have problems even if you were not doing the business? 100%. The only people who probably don't have challenges or problems are all buried underground or burned or whatever. Every living person has problems. So while some of you might think that, oh my God, the problem is because I am doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this business because of that problem. I mean, your life had so many problems even before this, when you were nothing, nobody. You will have problems. All right. Warren Buffett has problems. Jeff Bezos have problems. Their problems are a different kind. What do they do with the billions of dollars? Which account, which country, what do they do, which boat to buy, which plane to buy, different kind of problems. I'm sure, they also have problems. Everybody will have problems. All right. So now, I'm not saying your problems are small. Okay. That is not, please don't misunderstand me. Your problems, all of us, problems are serious. It could be extremely serious. But the more time you spend thinking about those problems, the more power you are giving to those problems. So what should you do? I'm not saying you should be delusional. I'm not saying bury your head into the sand and pretend there are no problems. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying look at the problems and find out what the solutions are. You might not be able to see solutions all the way to the problem being solved. Sometimes you will not be able to see the solutions all the way through, and that is fine. But can you see something that you can do right now towards a solution. If you can see it, just start doing it. And once you start doing it, you will see more. You will be able to see more and do more, see more and do more. And soon you will solve that problem or challenge. You will overcome it even without realizing it. If you have traveled in a vehicle, like in a car, when you start your journey, actually, can you see the road all the way to the destination? There's no way. But do you still go? Do you still believe you can reach there? Yes, we do that every day. When you get into your car and start driving, you can only see a few feet ahead of you. Maybe till the next curve in the road. If it's night, then only until your headlight, lightens up the road. You can only see so many feet ahead of you. But does that prevent you from getting started? No, because we know that's how a journey is made. That's common sense to us. But unfortunately, when it comes to solving life challenges and problems, we don't have that common sense. We want the solution which we believe is going to solve the problem, and that solution in its complete form to be presented on our lap for us to even get off our ass and do something. That's not how life works. If we were to apply that logic in our life, we will not go anywhere. You will not get into a vehicle. You will not even take the first step outside your house. That is not how life operates. So let's operate our business the way real life operates. Challenges? Yes. Will it happen? 100%. When you solve one today, will something else happen tomorrow? 100%. How long will the challenges keep coming? Till you die. That's it. It is not that you somehow overcome the challenge today and you will never have problem in your life. No. You overcome this one, you will have another one tomorrow. You overcome that one, you will have another one tomorrow, the day after that. You will have till you die. That's my guarantee. So, what are you going to do? Hide under the bed? Go into the tallest mountain and live in a cave? What are you going to do? You can hide from problems and challenges or take them on. What do you want to do? So, now I have a very special challenge for each one of you. Okay. Now, this might not be for everyone. Okay. Now, some of you are like, I don't know about this business. I just started. I don't know about this company. I hear so many things from other people. I read things in the media. I don't know about, what this is. I'm not convinced 100%. I'm there already in the business, but I still have my doubts. Okay. Very well. That's fine. If you have doubts in your mind, that only means one thing, and that is that you are a living human being. All right. So as long as you live, your mind works. And when your mind works, you will have some doubts. No problem. What I don't want you to do is keep the doubts in your mind. Then it becomes a cancer and starts growing and affects everything. So any doubt you have, clear it with your uplines. All right. If you have doubt about the company or the business model or the products or anything like that, clear it. But let me make that easy for you. All right. Okay, listen to me very carefully. You are not in a company that started last week. You're not. QNet has been around for 22 years. How many? 22 years. The company has proven itself many times over. The company has overcome challenges and problems from day one till date. Will the company face problems? 100%. It is like, people. Anything that is living and operating and doing things in this world will face problems, whether it is a company or human beings. So a company will face problems. Will it face problems next year? Of course. Will it face problems the year after that? 100%. Until when? Until QNet exists, there will be problems, and the company will face it and they will overcome it. And they've been doing that for last 22 years. The business model and the company is not for trial here. It has been proven so many times over, not in one place or two places, worldwide. And these 22 years is not just any 22 years. The last 22 years were not that easy. There have been so many financial crises around the world, and right now there's this pandemic when big companies are getting bankrupt and QNet is growing. So I know you have your doubts and things like that, but just to make your work easier, you are not in a company that started last week. So whatever questions you need to be answered, whatever doubts you need to find answers for, find it. Let that not slow you down. Take responsibility for your own beliefs. Don't think that, my confidence and my belief is my upline's responsibility. They have to convince me. No. Why? Are you going to give your checks to your upline? No. So, your belief, if it's important for your success in this business, take responsibility of your beliefs. What is it that you doubt about the business, company, business model, products, whatever it is? Clear it. There are answers. There are very solid answers for any problem, because 22 years of track record of solving problems in various parts of the world. So you will find answers for whatever your doubt is. All right. Now, people have become financially successful right from year one of the company, and there are people becoming financially successful as we speak every day with QNet. Until now, new success stories are being created in QNet every day. So the only choice you have to make is actually not whether the company is good or the company is strong or all that stuff. That's proven beyond doubt. The real question here is whether you want to be the next success story. That is the question. See, if you have made that choice that, yes, I want to be the next success story of QNet. I want to be that next person to be up on stage and sharing my story. If you have made the choice, then decide to remove all that doubt from your mind. See, the doubts are distractions. Opposite of focus is distraction. When you have distraction, you're not focused. Doubts are distractions. Now, will it happen? Yes. I mean, we have a healthy mind, and when you have a healthy mind, there might be doubts. That's perfectly okay. But do not entertain it for longer than it's required. Every doubt have answers in our company. That is what I'm telling you. I'm not telling you to bury your head in the sand and pretend that you don't have the doubt or anything like that. Yes, doubt is okay. But there are answers. Find the answers. Take responsibility of finding those answers. Instead of waiting at home and then waiting for some upline to come and train you or find what those doubts are and then clear it for you. All right. Also, failures should not create doubt in your mind. When you talk to people and you don't get the results that you expected, maybe you got rejected, maybe somebody made fun of you, maybe somebody showed you a newspaper article, saying all this is a scam and all those things. You might think, oh my God, how am I going to do the business if people are not going to sign up with me? Oh my God, and you might think, I failed. All right. Now, if it's of any benefit to you, let me tell you this. I started my journey with QNet in 2000. All right. So that's 20 years. All the doubts that you hear from people today, prospects, everything was there 20 years ago also. All of them. The negativity, the media, the doubts, the scam accusations that this doesn't work. Some people make money, some people don't make money. All those things were there 20 years ago. It is there now. It will be there 20 years from now. It will be there 100 years from now also. So you are not hearing anything new. Everyone who has built this business has built in spite of the exact same rejections or excuses or negativity that you are hearing. Nobody has become successful in this business without overcoming those. So whatever you're hearing from people around you, the same thing we heard, everybody heard. It's there. So instead of thinking that, oh my God, I failed. Failure is a very funny thing. There are many ways to look at it. I like to look at it like this, fail, F-A-I-L. I like to look at it as first attempts in learning, like F-A-I-L, first attempts in learning. Whenever you learn something new, what happens during those first attempts? Do you become successful? Like, wow, right from the first time onwards. Bullseye. Doesn't happen. For anything that we are good at today, whether it's a business, whether it is, I don't know, whatever you're good at today. If you're good at singing, whether you're good at dancing, whether you're good at in some sports, games, whatever that you are good at today, you were horrible the first few times you tried doing it. The first attempts in learning is how I see fail. Now it becomes permanent failure if you stop. But if you keep doing and keep learning, keep improving, you will become successful. So failures need not stop you unless you want them to stop you. And failures, especially the way I just told you that first attempts in learning will always be messy, no matter what you try and do the first time. So the first few people you talk to, you might hear many things. You might not have the right answers for them, because you're just getting started. You don't know how to answer those questions. All that is perfectly okay. That's how we start off in every area in our life. We are clumsy when we start. When we start learning how to walk, we are clumsy. When we start learning how to ride a bicycle, we are clumsy. When we start learning how to sing, we are clumsy. We are clumsy when it comes to everything that we start. And you started a business, fantastic decision. But thinking that right off the bat, you will get all the success is being stupid. It doesn't work that way in real life. So for those of you who are with me so far, who have not already started hating me and switched off and left, I have a challenge for you. I love challenges. All right. It just brings out a competitive spirit inside me. It gives me focus. It gives me that sense of urgency to work on something. And I have a challenge for you. Now, like I told you, not everybody, this might not be for everyone, right? You might be one of those people who hear one rejection and then you feel as though like a balloon with air being deflated just with one rejection. This might not be for you then. If you are kind of the person who hear two people make fun of you or your business, you go crying, running back home and tell, oh mama, two people made fun of me today. If you are that kind of person, this is not for you. This challenge is not for you. All right. If you're some kind of a person who, go out and talk to two people and they said, yes, I am going to sign up tomorrow. I'm going to bring the money. We are going to do it. And then they become ghost. You can't find them. And when that happens to you, you are like, oh, I knew this is not going to work. This business. What was I thinking? I thought I will buy Ferrari. But, two people who were supposed to pay me money, they said they will come today, did not come. What is going to happen to my Ferrari now? And you go home, hide under the bed, stay there for 1 week, cry to your parents, cry to people. Oh no, if you're that kind of person, this is not for you. But if you're somebody who knows that, yes, I deserve my dreams, I deserve my life, and it is not going to come to me cheaply. There is a price for my dreams, and I am willing to pay that price, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Rejections, people making fun, negativity, that will happen no matter what I do. People made fun of me when I said I want to be a singer. People made fun of me when I said in school, I want to be this, I want to be that. All of you have experiences like that. So what are you facing new here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing new here that you've already not faced in life. So for those of you who understand that, I want to give you a challenge that you can focus on for the next 2 months. I want you to double your checks. Yeah, you heard me right. I want you to double your checks, not in next 2 months, in next 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks, I want you to double what you're earning today. Now, some of you smart ones are thinking, my checks are zero, so how do I double that? Make it a bigger zero? No, stupid. Start making money. That's why you came into the business. Don't make a big zero and say, I double my zero. I'm just joking. I know you understand that. But so whatever your checks are right now, I want you to double it in 2 weeks. This is week 44. The check that you will earn in week 45 should be double of what you have earned in week 43. That's my challenge for you. Now, like I said, for all of you weak crybabies who say, oh, it's tough, forget about it. Training finished already for you. You can switch off, go to whatever you were doing before. But if you're still with me, that's because you're not a crybaby. Because you're a man, you're a woman who understand that there is a price to be paid for success. And you're willing to do it. And if you're still there, this is the challenge that I want to take. All right. So how are you going to do it? I'm also going to tell you how you can do it. So I'm not just throwing you a challenge and say, go do it. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So for all of you who are ready, take out your pen, paper. I'm going to give you 3 steps that if you start doing from today, you will double your checks. No doubt about it. Okay? Are you ready? Let me take a sip of water. Okay. First step. Double your personal activities. The first step is to double your personal activities. What does that mean? I'm not saying double your time. All right. Sometimes people misunderstand that. I'm not saying double your time. You could be working 20 hours a day in the business and be wasting 18 of that. There's no point. I don't care how much time you spend. I care about your activities because that is what decides the results. So double the number of presentations that you do. It could be to your prospects or to your team's prospects, doesn't matter. But you have to be in front of double the number of people that you were in front of last week. Prospects can be from whoever in the team, I don't care. But you have to make sure that the number of people that you present to, either your prospects or your team's prospects, are double of what you did last week. All right. So that's the first thing to do. Double your activities. All right. What activities? The activities that will produce income. So I hope you understand what income producing activities are. All right. Now, all the other activities that you do in the business, like doing your V-cells, doing your trainings, all of them are important. So don't misunderstand me. Don't, after this session, don't go tell your upline that, no, all those are not money-making activities. I am not going to do it. I'm not going to come for training. I'm not going to watch video. I'm not going to do this. That's being stupid. Those are important. But all those things are for a purpose, which is to lead you towards the money-making activities. So if you do only that and not the money-making activities, now you are being stupid. So do all that. Do your learning, do your V-cell, do your trainings, all that. But make sure that the number of people you are prospecting, presenting, following up and closing, it's double that of last week. All right. So that's the first thing to do. Make sure that your money-making activities, the people you talk to, are double. Now, second step, double the activities of your leaders. So first is to double your personal activities. The second one is to double the activities of your leaders. Now, our business, if you have not heard it already from our chief, Dato, Japa, all of them repeat this because it is so true that our business is a monkey see, monkey do business. It is. All right. People, you can only fool people through your words for a short period of time. And if people have been with you for a long period of time, They have already tuned out of what you are saying, your words. They don't hear your words anymore. Your actions is all that is visible. So if you skip the first step and jump straight into the second one, it is not going to work. So you got to double your personal activities for the second thing even to happen. Even then, not all your leaders are going to do it. But don't waste your time trying to make that happen. Some will, some won't. And that not only applies to prospects, it also applies to everything else. Even in leadership, there will be SW. Some will, some won't. So you have two choices. Are you going to spend the rest of your life trying to convince everyone in your leaders to do what you want them to do? Or are you going to set the standard and see who wants to do it and work with them? The others, I'm not saying ignore them. I'm not saying forget about them. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you set the standard, there will be some people who are ready to be with you right on day one and follow that standard. Others might take some more time. That's all. You can't have everyone on that standard right from day one. See, even for you to get into that standard, it didn't happen on day one. You took your time. But whenever you realize it is important, you raised your standard, you got into that. The others might take some time also, and that's fine. So whoever says, yes, let us go for doubling our checks in the next 2 weeks, let's do it. Double their activities. The money-making activities, the prospecting numbers, the presentation numbers, the follow-up, the closing, all of that. Double it. All right. And it doesn't take 1 month to make that double. It can happen in 1 day. From tomorrow, from today, you can double the number of activities you're doing. You can. All right. So, maybe make a list of all the people you've presented to till now, and decide to call them once again. All right, and say, hey, no, listen, I know we spoke about this thing, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and probably something I said, my mistake, I didn't convey to you properly, but, I don't want you to suffer because of my lack of ability to actually tell you it in the right way. Let's catch up. It's some exciting things. I mean, you want to do, you do. If you don't want to do, don't do. But, I think because of how I spoke at that time, I made a mistake. I did a disservice to you, and I don't want that to be in my conscience, so I'm reaching out to you again. You can talk to people whom you've spoken to so far. All right, some of you think that rejection is permanent. It is not. How many things have you said no to today, and a few weeks later, you said yes to? People saying no to you doesn't mean that it is no for the rest of their life. You just need to help them see things differently, from a different perspective, which you will be able to do as you grow through the business. If you don't grow, your perspective will always remain the same on how you talk to prospects, on how you talk to your team. Everything will remain the same. But the moment you start growing, your perspective will change. And so you will be able to give different perspectives to prospects, to your leaders. And behind every occasion of you changing your mind, it was because you got a new perspective. And when that happens, people change their mind always. So maybe the person who you were a few weeks ago or a few months ago is not the person who you are now. If you've grown through it, then probably you have a different perspective on how to talk to people. So some of them might say yes. All right. So the third thing I want to tell you on how to double your checks is get your new people started fast. All right. So whatever you're doing right now with the new people who come into your business, help them get started faster. So Whatever system you follow, great system, follow it. Just do it a little bit faster, more effectively. I'm not saying scrape your system and let me somehow make this guy do things. That's not what I'm saying. Your leaders have created these systems for a reason. So follow the system. Without the system, the business will not sustain. It will get some sporadic growth here and there, some sudden results here and there. But if you want the business to be sustainable, if you want the business to keep growing year after year, if you want the team to duplicate, it is impossible without a system. So I know your uplines, they have these fantastic systems laid out, follow it. All that I'm saying is do it a bit faster. Make it more effective. All right. And that is not a problem with the system. That's a problem with how you personally implement the system. All right. So it's got nothing to do with the system as such. It's about how you're implementing it, how you're going through it, how you're doing it. So long story short, the third step is to get your new people started fast. Now, if you focus on these three things, double your personal activities, double the activities of your leaders who want to do it, and help your new people get started faster. You focus on these three things, your checks will double in next 2 weeks. So how many of you are up for this challenge? I'm not saying double it in the next 2 months. I'm saying next 2 weeks. It is possible. I've seen even more than that happen, even in just 1 week. So those of you who are up to it, tell your uplines, let's make it happen. I am for it. I want to double my check in the next 2 weeks. And do what is needed and make it happen. And I will look for it. I will check with your uplines. I will look at how you are doing and all that stuff. And once you do it for 2 weeks, you would not want to stop. You will not want to go back to this lazy, this so-so existence in the business, because that you will feel so much more alive when you do business that way. And then I would want you to continue that spirit till the end of the year. And I want you to have the best Christmas, the best New Year with your family because of the money that you would have made in these 2 months. Whatever I'm telling you to do in these 2 weeks, whatever Narjis said, whatever Swarna said, this is not just for today. All right? Focus on this for these 2 weeks. And once you get that momentum going for 2 weeks, continue it till the end of the year. Your family, your loved ones deserve that Christmas, that New Year. And we have the time to make it happen. 2 months. And our goal today, between Swarna, Narjis, myself, and I spoke with Chief before this event, and what all of us want for you is to be able to achieve those goals. And together we will. Let us look at this first milestone that we have in front of us, the next 2 weeks. And then the next milestone after that is next 2 months. So we are getting into the right gear, the right speed to ensure that this New Year, this Christmas, your family will not forget. It will be the best you have had in long time. And that will happen because of the decision you make today. So I wish you all the best. I know it is possible for you. All right. I really believe that you can make it happen. So just focus on it. Work at it. Like you don't have another 2 months or 6 months. Like work at it like number of days are very less for you. Have that sense of urgency because we never know. That might be the case. We don't know. So let us not assume and take things for granted. You are not alone. Even though the success is your own, you're not alone. There are a whole lot of people who want you successful, who are cheering for you to become successful, who are helping you to become successful. And some of your uplines are actually carrying you. Your success is your own, but you're not going there alone. But it doesn't matter even if you have 1,000 people along with you, if you don't feel it. See, if you're not aware of all the support you're getting, then you might as well, it'd be like you going alone. You know, it is like you feeling alone even in a crowd. So know that you're not alone. There are people who want your success. I mean, there might be people who are jealous of you and who don't support you and all that stuff. It's human nature that happens. Don't focus on that. Focus on the people who are there to help you. There are in your team. Attach with them. Work. Let us forget about all the drama and complaints and this and that and all the stuff. They're all distractions. They take your focus away. You know, people competing companies, people who join other companies, then now ask you to join their company. These are all distractions. They're morons. All right. If they could not become successful in the best company in the world, they can never become successful in anything else. They think it is a company, but in fact, it is them. Do not let people distract you. Everything other than what you want to do is a distraction. And distractions can be deadly. They're never good. Distractions are never good. Sometimes it could be just a normal, distraction. Sometimes it can be deadly. If you are a race car driver, a distraction can kill you. Distractions are never good. Don't let anyone distract you, whether it be a prospect, whether it's somebody else, whether it's people in your own team, whether it's other people trying to tell you other things. Let no one distract you. I wish you all the best. I love you all, and God bless.
Thank you so much, VP Arun, for such an amazing session. There were so many learnings from what you shared with us today. I don't even know where to start in terms of even just recapping that. But there are a few things that really stuck for me. So I'll just share what stuck for me, and hopefully it also stuck for you. Number one, we have to be focused. And not just focused for a second or a week or a day, but focused consistently. If we can hold on to this focus and do the right things, then we will see the results we want. The other thing that I caught from today's session with VP Arun was we don't have the luxury of time. We must have a sense of urgency because we do not know what the master plan has in store. And we are responsible for the people that we love. Like he shared, we must be responsible for the ones we love. So unless we take our responsibility seriously and we take time not as a luxury, but as a sense of urgency, then things will move in our favor. So now our VP Arun has given us a challenge. East Africa, are you ready for this challenge? I know you guys are there. I know you guys can. Okay. As VP Arun started this session, he says we have unlimited potential. We already have all the tools in us. God has already blessed us. All we have to do is focus and do what we must do with the sense of urgency to get those results. So are you guys accepting this challenge? Are we accepting this challenge? So that we can rise as East Africa. We can double our commission in the next weeks. That means by the end of week 45, you must double your income. You must double your commissions. And VP Arun has given us already the tools. I told you he's a very practical person. So he has given us the tools, the 3 steps: double your personal activity, double the activity for your leaders. And the last one was get your new people started faster, implement the systems faster for us to be able to get our commissions to double in the next 2 weeks. So are you guys ready for it? So just for the next 2 months, so that this year, as he says, ends with an amazing Christmas, amazing New Year, focus. Focus and don't let yourself get distracted. Just do what you need to do. Don't build this business at your convenience. There is no convenience. There is no time. The time is now. As Datoshri always reminds us, the time is now. So let me do something. East Africa, this is for you. I know it's at night, but I'm wearing my shades. Why? Because the future is bright for you, but only if you do what you're supposed to. So thank you guys so much for attending today's VCon World Tour for East Africa. Thank you so much to our amazing speakers, to our amazing leaders. Okay, they have set the target. They have given us a bar that we must reach. And so that we show our gratitude, let's hit it. Let's show that what we can do. Let's prove to ourselves that we are more than capable. So thank you so much to our amazing speakers today, AVP Narjis and VP Arun George. Truly, you are great leaders because you set out to help make a difference. So thank you guys so much for coming today. Stay safe and we'll see you guys at the top. Love you. Bye.